video, I'm exposing the 6 most devastating medical errors you might be victim of right now. Errors that could destroy your kidneys just to pad someone's bank account. Catherine here, I'm a doctor of natural medicine, and the question is, are you heading toward dialysis because your kidneys are failing or because someone else is getting rich from your suffering? Because here's the thing, here's what's happening right now. We've reached a point where doctors are literally shooting each other over the big dialysis scam. Yeah, you heard that right. American healthcare is so broken that doctors are becoming vigilantes. This is happening right now. Dr. Andre Obua drove 18 hours from Miami to Terre Haute, Indiana, just to open fire to a kidney specialist. A doctor assaulting another doctor. It's true, this young physician, he threw away his entire life, his career, his freedom, drove 18 hours across state lines just to pull the trigger. But why, you ask? What could possibly drive doctor to destroy his own life like this? What could make him that desperate, that angry, that broken? His reason is something that will immediately resonate with every single person watching me right now. The $40 billion a year for profit dialysis industry, an industry built on human suffering. Because if you believe that profiting from people's pain is evil, and if you believe the healthcare system sees you as nothing more than a walking ATM, well, the good news, there is at least one doctor who finally snapped and took a stand. Bad news, he's in prison. Anyway guys, here's the thing. I never make videos like this. You know why? Because YouTube buries them or deletes them before you even get a chance to watch. But you need to know this. Your life might depend on it. Because if you don't want to end up strapped to a dialysis machine for the rest of your life, there are 6 common medical errors you need to recognize and avoid. Already on dialysis? Well, maybe you have a lawsuit on your hands. Because today, I'm exposing the 6 most dangerous medical errors you might be suffering from right this second. And number 1, it's the most catastrophic. But you can skip number 1 today. I mean, you'd already be dead if your doctor did that one. The other though, don't skip those. They could save your life. Because here's what nobody is telling you. I see medical errors destroying lives every single day. It's an epidemic. I've personally met dozens of victims of these errors, and some of them, they're watching me right now. You might be one of them. You don't believe me? Think I'm exaggerating? Being dramatic? Let's look at the evidence. Number 6. This is what recently happened to one of you, one of my followers here on Double O Kidney. Let's read a comment from one of my subscribers. Here's what he says. You helped me stay off dialysis for about 5 years. My GFR was 17 and using your methods, it went up to 28. Now I need to clarify something critical. This is not my patient, alright? What he means by using my methods is following the free advice I share here on Double O Kidney, nothing more. So this warrior was doing everything himself, clawing his way back from the edge of kidney failure with zero professional help except the free tips available to everyone here. And I'm emphasizing this because what happened next makes my blood absolutely boil. You helped me stay off dialysis for about 5 years until I got the contrast which devastated my kidneys. Yeah, this story, this comment, this is your nightmare scenario. His GFR was 17, which means he was literally shopping for dialysis chairs at that point. 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot on the dialysis machine. But this man, he's a warrior. He fought back. He fought like hell for 5 years and dragged his GFR back up to 28. 5 years of fighting. And then the medical errors track. A stupid, completely preventable error that should have never happened. An error that obliterated 5 years of progress in a single afternoon. So question, what error sent this man on dialysis and how can you avoid it? What destroyed this man's kidneys is called contrast-induced nephropathy. And here's the insane part. It's so well known, so documented, it has its own Wikipedia page. That's right, Wikipedia. Yeah, even Wikipedia tells you what to do to prevent your kidney from getting destroyed by this medical error. Every single doctor should know this. It's not cutting-edge research. It's textbook stuff. It's even on Wikipedia, for crying out loud. So here's the part that should make you furious. Why did the man who battled for 5 years, losing everything because someone couldn't be bothered to follow protocols that are literally available on Wikipedia? Why are patients doing the heavy lifting while doctors mail it in? There is no excuse. None. Zero. What happened here? This is inexcusable medical negligence. So next time your doctor casually orders an imaging test, make damn sure they've at least skimmed the Wikipedia page before they turn your kidneys into ground zero. Okay guys, let's move on. Let's talk about one of the most epidemic medical errors in America. This is something most of you have probably been victim of at some point. And the incredible part, patients are now suing over this. Number 5, let's talk about failure to diagnose. Failure to diagnose means you're not diagnosed in time, alright? Your kidney function circles the drain, getting worse and worse while you get no treatment, no warning, no intervention, nothing. And now you might be thinking, but Catherine, that's not a medical error, that's just how it works. We're not supposed to be told by doctors we're supposed to discover our kidneys are dying when we can't fit into our shoes anymore. Well, no guys, that's not how it's supposed to work. Your doctor is supposed to inform about a possible kidney diagnosis and they are supposed to refer you to a nephrologist if you need one. That's their job. That's what they're paid to do. And I'm not the one saying this. This is what judges and courts are ruling. But here's the horrifying reality. 9 out of 10 kidney patients do not know they have it. We're talking about millions of people just in the US alone walking around with failing kidneys. No clue, no warning. So millions of Americans have kidney disease eating away at their health and nobody bothers to tell them. And you can tell they're worried about it. People are literally losing sleep over this. You can see it because YouTube is absolutely flooded with a million different videos about the secret signs of kidney disease. Everyone's desperately searching for answers their doctors should be giving them. So yeah, that's what we are doing now. Your doctor can't spare 60 seconds of their precious time to actually look at your lab results. So congratulations, YouTube MD is your new primary care physician. Better start obsessing over the foam in your toilet bowl. Count those bubbles, they're all you've got. And I know most of you already have a diagnosis, but before you skip ahead, here's where this gets interesting. People are now suing their doctors when they suddenly wake up in the hospital with kidney failure. This happened in New York. Patient was awarded $2.1 million because his doctor forgot to tell him he had kidney disease. Different case, different state. A woman was awarded $4.2 million for the exact same negligence. Oh yeah, gotta love the American healthcare system. Nothing screams quality healthcare like finding out why you ended up on dialysis from your lawyer instead of your nephrologist. Up next, number 4, what could be even worse than having a disease and not receiving treatment for it? Well, let's talk about proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs in short. Let's talk about a very common prescription that could be destroying your kidneys right now. Because this is where you might get a compensation, but not from your doctor. No, from someone even wealthier, from AstraZeneca. So here's what's happening. 2 years ago, AstraZeneca agreed to pay $425 million to settle 11,000 lawsuits from CKD patients. The reason? two kidney-destroying OTC medications, Nexium and Prilosec. These are two very commonly prescribed PPIs, heartburn medications, that you can also get over the counter. But why am I telling you this now? I mean, you'd think that after a $425 million lawsuit, nobody is prescribing PPIs to CKD patients anymore, right? Well, think again. As of today, November 2025, 18,706 more people have sued drug manufacturers for the damage these medications cause to their kidneys. Yeah, this is not the end. This is just the beginning. And this is a big problem because here's the thing. You might be taking a proton pump inhibitor right now. Yes, many doctors are still prescribing these dangerous medications to CKD patients, and frankly, even more often than before. I'm telling you this because I keep getting new patients with CKD who are taking one of these medications. These are very commonly prescribed for several acid-related gastrointestinal conditions. So yeah, please stop for a moment right now and double check that you are not indeed taking one of these. We have safer alternatives available for CKD patients, H2 blockers such as famotidine, for example. So here's my advice here. If you are taking a PPI right now, such as Prilosec, Nexium, Prevacid, and so on, don't wait until you are on dialysis so you can get a lawyer. Please talk with your doctor about it right now. Get prescribed an alternative medication that does not destroy your kidneys. Okay, up next, number 3. So we saw a lawsuit in which the plaintiff got 2.1 million, one in which they got 4.2 million. Time now for a 10.5 million one. Yeah, someone on this one badly. So what does a primary care provider need to do to end up paying a 42-year-old combat veteran a 10.5 million settlement? Well, this was a combination of two errors that sent a 42-year-old patient straight to dialysis. Let's take a look. First, the doctor failed to diagnose CKD properly in this particular patient and to refer him to a nephrologist. But that's only worth 2.1 to 4.2 millions, as we have seen. In fact, the doctor of this 42-year-old combat veteran also made another even worse error. This patient was prescribed daily naproxen for 3 years. That is an NSAID, alright? And prescribing NSAIDs to CKD patients is so bad, his lawyer was even able to say in front of the press that the 42-year-old veteran would have been able to avoid dialysis for at least another 20 to 30 years if it wasn't for the naproxen. Now, the only good part about this is that today it's very rare to see CKD patients being prescribed NSAIDs, alright? But here's the thing, it can still happen. And I mean, this stuff is being sold on supermarket shelves, alright? Often alongside supplements and other remedies. But NSAIDs are not supplements. They have very serious side effects. Taking NSAIDs daily may cause kidney damage even in the general population, not just in CKD patients. You shall be seeing a list of the most common NSAIDs on screen right now. So please pause this video now, go to your medicine cabinet right now, and make sure none of these are being used every day by you or by a family member. Stuff such as aspirin, Advil, Motrin, naproxen, despite being OTC, are not safe long-term for anyone. And if you have CKD, you should never use them. Okay guys, almost time to see a medical error so bad, the family of the patient is going to sue. Before that, number 2, let's talk about the medical error I see most often in new patients that talk with me for the first time. Yes, please pay attention now because a lot of CKD patients are victims of this one. Number 2 for today is forgetting about renal dosing adjustment. What is renal dosing adjustment? This is, simply put, reducing the dosage of certain medications when a patient's kidney function declines. Because here's the thing, many medications are cleared by the kidneys, alright? So for example, if you were prescribed metformin when you were in stage 3 CKD but now you are in stage 4, the dose is supposed to be lower now. Other common examples of medications that require a change in dose with CKD progression include many diabetes medications, some statins, some diuretics, beta blockers, many pain medications, antibiotics, allopurinol, and more. And if you look at my list on screen right now, you might realize that this is a pretty complex issue. Because I mean, patients usually require more medications when their kidney disease worsens, right? but they can't take them. And this is a big deal. This is not something we can go in depth on a YouTube video. This is literally your nephrologist's homework, alright? And yeah, they can take an aspirin when they get a headache from this. Anyway, you know me, I don't just point the finger and say, get your doctor to do it. Not without adding anything positive to the discussion. And I actually want to give you guys some advice to make sure you are not taking medications in a dose you shouldn't be taking anymore. Here's my advice. If you are taking several medications every day, keep track of them like your life depended on it. Always carry your updated list of your meds printed on your phone, tattooed on your soul. I don't care. Just make it easy to read and complete. Your doctor has 7 minutes per patient. They are not going to play 20 questions where the answer is metoprolol and your only clue is it starts with an M or maybe an N. I don't know. Don't do that. Always be the patient who comes prepared, alright? Don't be the one who hands the doctor a Ziploc bag full of random pills like it's show and tell. Okay guys, let's talk about our number 1 for today, the most dangerous medical error a kidney patient can be victim of. Well, I mean, if you don't count that time a surgeon was trying to remove a spleen but got confused and removed a healthy kidney instead. No, actually, this is even worse. Let's talk about drug interactions. So what's a drug interaction? A drug interaction happens when 2 or more drugs you are taking influence the way each other works, causing dangerous side effects. Think of it like mixing bleach and ammonia, right? But instead of cleaning the kitchen floor, you are cleaning your kidneys. And do you remember what I was saying about keeping track of your medications like your life depended on it? Well, it does. Some drug interactions are so bad that the ones that are going to sue the doctors are the family members. This happened back in 2014, and in this case, a 79-year-old woman lost her life due to something called the triple whammy. The triple whammy is incredibly scary because it can cause acute kidney injury, kidney failure, and even loss of life. Yeah, this poor woman, she never left the hospital, and all that for a medical error that could have been prevented so easily. Now, a triple whammy is not common at all, luckily, but there are many possible interactions you should be aware of. Be extremely careful, especially if you are taking warfarin or immunosuppressants, alright? Even supplements can cause interactions with those medications. And guys, if you want more kidney-saving tips, my video up here is for you, and this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye!